Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be here's why you don't date difficult or structured women. Well, this particular email comes from a guy. He shares it as a success story, but what he really did was he took what he learned in 3% Man and he applied the principles because, as I've said before many times, is that when you apply what's in my book, it's going to bring out the best in the best women, and it's going to bring out the worst in the worst women right away. Because the idea is you don't want to get 6 months down the road and then find out you're in a relationship with a lunatic. You want to find out as quickly as possible if this woman is easygoing, easy to get along with, and loyal, and shares the same goals and values as you do, and she respects men, or if she's just a casual hookup or party girl, especially if she comes from a broken home or a messed up family and unfortunately, like most human beings, hasn't done any self-help or counseling or therapy or work on themselves to fix their issues or overcome their trauma from childhood. And then unfortunately, unsuspecting guys come across a woman like this and they really like her, and then you see this behavior. And so what you're going to see here is like this is like a textbook case of why you apply what's in the book. Because women that are controlling, that are structured, that are feminist assholes, that drank the commie Kool-Aid, that are too much of a boss girl, too much in their masculine, and that they don't respect men are not going to react well when you apply what's in the book. It's going to piss them off. And oftentimes they're going to try to play a game of chicken with you. And this is what the book is designed to do. It's designed to bounce these chicks out of your life so you do not get involved. So he says, hello, coach. This is ironically a success story. I went on a date with a girl a couple of months ago, which went great in my head. I went over to approach her in person, and then 3 days later to set another date, but she was stonewalling me. I tried to open her up a couple of times, but she wouldn't budge. At that point, I just couldn't keep talking to a wall, so I sent her a text to hit me up when she wanted to talk. She never did. Never bothered to talk to her either. More context, I only ever texted her to set dates. She never reached out in between dates, and we are both 19. So there are women coaches that aren't very bright, and they've studied my work. They've learned my book, and they're like, aha, I'm going to fix those little red wagons of those guys. We're going to destroy the patriarchy. And so what do? They take what is in my book, and they teach the women to act like men. And this is what you get. You get some chick that's rude. You ask her what's going on, why she's upset, why she's so quiet. You get stonewalled. You're looking for easygoing, easy to get along with. When you go, hey, babe, what's the matter? You seem a little upset. You're kind of quiet. You seem different. What's going on? Oh, nothing. Come on, tell me. Obviously, you're upset. What's going on? And if she just refuses to tell you, hangs up on you, yells at you, it's like, that's not easygoing, easy to get along with. That's somebody that's an asshole. That's somebody that's passive-aggressive that is going to be mad and pissed off, and then they're going to make you suffer for a while with the silent treatment. And then, maybe, after a week or so of that torture, mental and emotional torture, they'll let you know what's going on. Maybe. You don't want to be dealing with this. You don't want to be having timeouts in your relationship that basically go on for 3 or 4 days or a week at a time. All it shows is that in her family, they learned to give each other the silent treatment. That's not loving. You're not going to work anything out. You cannot solve problems unless you can talk honestly and openly about them. That's why people on the left want to censor everybody, because their ideas do not stand up to scrutiny or examination. And so that's why, especially when you saw what happened with Twitter, with what's her name, Getty, the one that was on Joe Rogan with Jack Dorsey, who just had absolutely no fucking clue what was going on at his company. What a clueless dunce he is. Dude has good ideas, but he has no clue how to run a company. And all he ended up hiring was a bunch of leftists and communists. They pretty much ran Twitter into the ground and censored everybody and prevented conversations from happening. And quite frankly, they got a lot of people killed. Acting like they're medical doctors, but they got people killed censoring and deplatforming Harvard-educated doctors Doctors that were the best in the world during the lockdowns. Anyways, I digress. So, but like when you deal with people like that, it's you really can't work anything out because they think they got all the answers. And so let them have their delusions and their ignorance. It's just like this particular woman right here. If she's just going to stonewall you, especially when you've been out on a couple of dates, it's like, no, you don't go out. You don't keep calling somebody like that again. You delete the number. Maybe you have to block them and then you move on. He says, at that point, I just couldn't keep talking to a wall, so I sent her a text. Obviously, she never reached out. He says, last week, a mutual friend told me that she knew the details of why I was getting stonewalled. The real reason you're getting stonewalled is because this girl's fucked up. And the book worked as designed. It pissed her off. It roughed up her ego. You acted like a man. You had more masculine energy than her, and it really fucking pissed her off. Look at all the effeminate guys that act like chicks on the left that are with those masculine boss girl nasty women. I mean, you see it on TV all the time. I told her I didn't need to know, but she insisted, and she saw it as a lesson. I told her I wasn't going to change my approach just because it didn't work with one girl. And so these were her supposed reasons. Number one, she was doing most of the talking, he says, but I was simply asking questions. You just tell her everything was an insult to her ego. Number two, she felt like I wasn't present and didn't want to be there. The first and second reasons don't add up, right? It's like, you're trying to set dates. That tells me she's insecure. She's just pissed off at men. Number three, yeah, this is the key here. Maybe he only went out on one date. He says, number three, I tried to kiss her at the end of the date, and she went on about how she wasn't an easy girl. Easy going, easy to get along with. Does that sound easy going, easy to get along with? No, it sounds like a fucking structured pain in the ass. This is why you don't date women like this. They're too much of a pain in the ass. The juice is not worth the squeeze, my friends. He says, she's obviously structured and a bad communicator with a dash of insecurities. Yep. I believe I dodged a bullet. I read the book over 10 times and I'm still going. Yeah, it's like, if you guys watched any of the videos with my old English girlfriend from the book, Katie, that was here last year, April 2023, she has been sweet as pie since the day I met her. I've known her for over 20 years now at this point. She's never once raised her voice at me, never gotten angry, always been respectful, always been a great communicator. You guys saw her on video. Everybody loved her. That is the gold standard. That should be the minimum standard. If you guys are watching me and follow my work, those are the kind of women you should date and be involved with. Girls like this, get the fuck out. You don't even give them the time a day. It's just not worth it when you have the type of women that are out there like Katie. Easygoing, easy to get along with. And once you've dated a woman who's like that, because Katie came from a good family, a very successful family, her parents absolutely adore one another. Her dad loves her mom, absolutely dotes on her. He's a good man, and he raised both of his daughters incredibly well. And that's why both the daughters are amazing. They're kind of like an anomaly or the exception to the rule. And so it's super important when you're dating to look at the history of the girl with her father. If dad did a good job, the woman's going to be chill, easygoing, easy to get along with, respectful. She's going to respect male authority. Chick that came from a broken home or became a woke idiot you can't work with that, man. That's a fact of life. So congratulations on dodging a bullet. Thanks for sending that email in because it's a good one. It'll save a lot of dudes that see this video a lot of trouble. And because it's not you, it's the girl in this particular case. So if you got a question or challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.